Pamukkale and the sacred city of Hierapolis. This historic place is shrouded in the mystery of thousands of years, as it has always been renowned for its healing waters and amazing artifacts. With its ancient city and white travertines, it is one of the most visited places in the world, a heaven on earth which astounds whoever sees it. Within Pamukkale is the ancient archaeological city of Hierapolis, which for many ages has been one of the most striking centres. This ancient city was founded in the 2nd century BC by King Emenes, the second of Bergama. It is thought that Hierapolis was named after the wife of the legendary founder of Bergama, Telephos, who was called Hera. From the time of the Hierapolis Roman Emperor Tiberius, 17 AD, until the Great Earthquake, it remained a primitive Hellenistic city. The earthquake, which occurred in 60 AD, totally destroyed the city. It was rebuilt with Roman architecture typical of the time and looked just like any other Roman city. In the time of Constantine the Great, Hierapolis was the capital city of Phrygia, and during the Byzantine age, it became a center for Christian dioceses. After the 13th century, it was completely under the domination of the Seljuks. The ancient city of Hierapolis was the stage of many important events over the ages, and consequently, unique artifacts and legends have arisen. One mythological legend, which was brought about due to the large number of people flooding to the area to benefit from its healing waters, is about the water fairies, or nymphs as they were known. One of the most famous of these is the legend of Plutonium, Hades' Gate, otherwise known as the Gates of Hell. Hades' Gate is situated at the mouth of the cave where even today poisonous gases escape. There are steps which lead down to this sacred place. These steps are the start of a passage into an active and boiling underground world. Once you pass through these gates, there is no return. It was believed that you can only pass through this passage after death, and it is here that the souls of the dead can achieve peace. Hence, a lot of mass graves can be found at Necropole. Also during the Roman times, the Apollon Temple and fortune-telling centre were established. The local people believed it was here that Apollo and Cybele, the area's principal god, met, making it the oldest religious centre. And so, festivals and games were held in the name of Apollo at Hierapolis. Huge numbers of people came from near and far, which enriched the city. The city became an important Christian centre in 80 AD, when one of the 12 disciples, Saint Philip, came to the city. Saint Philip, who wanted to spread Christianity, was later killed by the Romans. At the beginning of the 5th century, as Christianity was spreading, the Matrium was built on the spot where St. Philip was killed. The octagonal plan symbolizes eternal life and rebirth. St. Philip's grave is here. After the Matrium monument, cathedrals, churches with spires, and similar religious structures were built. Hierapolis, from the point of view of town planning, had quite a well-planned and orderly infrastructure. Infrastructures such as the city gates, well-maintained streets, drinking water, and sewer systems all existed. Alongside these, for the physical and spiritual health of the people and for their other needs, many Roman baths, sports centres, temples, drinking fountains, general toilets called latrines, and the biggest monumental fountain of its time, the Triton Fountain, were constructed. The construction of this fountain began in the 3rd century and was completed in the 5th century. A marketplace for trade was constructed after 60 AD as a centre for trade and entertainment for the local people. In Agora Square, shows were held by the many gladiator schools that were in Hierapolis. The first prize was a red or black amphora filled with olive oil. This has been immortalized in a relief which can be found today at the entrance to a gladiator's tomb. Also to be found amongst the city's splendid works of art is the amphitheatre, the construction of which was completed in the 3rd century AD by the Emperor Septimius Severus. The theatre has a large stage and backstage area. A relief describing Apollo and Artemis is located in the theatre. The city developed fast, accelerated by the development of textile, leather, and marble industries. It was known that the water itself was not only good for health, but also its chemical properties made the material produced here special. This is why there was a great demand for the materials produced at Hierapolis from many places worldwide. The travertines were formed by water, which comes out of the ground at 36 degrees centigrade and has a high calcium hydrocarbonate content. Hierapolis was also referred to as Pamukkale because of these white travertines. These travertines resemble pure white cotton. Pamuk meaning cotton and Kale meaning castle in the Turkish language, and so the city became known as Cotton Castle. Pamukkale. Today's Pamukkale is a centre for culture and tourism. Pamukkale, a heaven on earth. Alongside the ancient city, the white travertines are a miracle of nature, a magical place of extraordinary beauty. There is no other like it. This unique white terraced miracle of nature and golden city of Hierapolis has become a culture and tourism centre and has made its way onto the UNESCO list of the world's natural legacies. The interest in Pamukkale has increased over the years as nowhere else on earth has such beauty and healing waters. Visitors can be found benefiting from these healing waters in Pamukkale's most beautiful and popular place, the ancient pool. It's impossible to visit this place without having a dip in this ancient pool, which has visitors in all seasons. Those who swim here feel as if they're on a journey through history. Visitors are most fascinated by the ancient pool, which is full both summer and winter. An ancient building, which used to be a large Roman bath, is now a museum exhibiting works of art from an ancient era. This historical structure is an important bridge connecting the past and the future, sheltering all the ancient artifacts belonging to this area. Hierapolis and Pamukkale, this unique place that is like no other on earth, is 20 kilometers from Denizli. To reach this city, it takes 1 hour by plane from Istanbul or 2 hours by road from Antalya. In Pamukkale, a heaven on earth, where yesterday meets today, there are 5-star hotels and other modern accommodation. Your health and safety are assured in Pamukkale. Pamukkale, a coy bride in a brilliant white wedding dress, with the nymphs holding on to her skirts and carrying the marks of Anatolia and the mysteries of ancient eras, opens her arms to millions of local and foreign tourists every year. Pamukkale invites you, with all her splendour and elegance, to give yourself up to the peace and well-being of being in her arms.